Okay, what we're looking at on the monitor is Dr. Robinson proving that we were the founders of medicine, that heads of state came to our homeland to have cataract moved from their eyes, delicate cataract eye operations. Uh, so far advanced, at the top of the food chain and medicine, science, sophistication, your ancestors. You're looking at the University of Janet, where they had 1,400 professors walking those hallways where you could go and get your questions answered. Uh, we are highly developed people. This is who they needed to build their nation here. So, you know, we've already proven it. Actually, go into a a jungle area and create an empire. Come on now, you know. The Africans did it. The Aztecs, the Hopis, we're great people. Let's cut this foolishness out about we never did anything and we never contributed anything to world culture. Nothing could be further from the truth. So we're going to go back to Brother O'Banion and myself at the A.C.A.F, African Cultural Art Forum, and we were into a deep discussion about the significance of Kwanza. Brother G, can we go back to that now, please?
You can't throw it and then get down the field
Exactly.
and catch it.
I like
so,
that.
you know, you have to have cooperation. You have to have, and as a matter of fact, the word itself, cooperation,
Right.
corporation,
Right.
It's self-explanatory.
Right. The
Bunch
cooperate.
of people,
right.
yeah, bunch
Coming
of
together.
people come together. We don't care about your sexual preference or your
Right.
ideology. What do you bring to this corporation that can help us grow?
Right. Right.
Sign your name, you get so many shares, you put up so much, whatever, and at the end of the day, we are unified through a signing of a document that formed a corporation that
Right.
had a seal,
Right.
that has so many shares.
Corporation of the United
Yeah.
States.
Oh man, listen, that's
what this is.
That's the biggest
Right.
corporation in the land.
world. Right. Right. It is.
We're going to get into that one day because I have a lot of knowledge on that and how that works out with the states and the cities.
And the seals.
Oh yeah.
The difference
absolutely.
between the corporation and the civic part.
Well,
Right.
there's no seal bigger and stronger than the United States of America seal.
Okay.
That's the greatest seal. That's why they call it the Great Seal.
Right.
Because it allows corporations to exist.
Right.
That's why you owe them tax money.
Yes.
But we're not going to, you know, that's a good one. Let's hold up on that.
Okay.
Let's start to stick with,
Okay.
now we're at the fourth day.
Right.
Kind of go into a little more detail with me with that.
Ujima is the principle of, as I said, of being collective. You say your neighbor, his roof is leaking, right? And you have the skills to fix it. You do roofs. You might be able to knock on your neighbor's door and say, hey man, I can help you fix that roof. Ain't gonna cost you a lot. You buy the materials, and if you don't have the money, you come up there with me, and we'll fix this
But
roof.
do you know who have that principle and practice it every day? The Amish.
The Amish. Oh yeah.
Amish,
yeah.
man. If
Yeah.
if a Amish family gets burnt out, or somehow their property is destroyed,
Right.
everybody stops work. The next day, they come and build that person a house.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody.
Right. And
Put them right back in wholeness. In one day, they only missed a beat maybe a couple of days, and they back better and bigger than they were before. No money,
Right.
just unity.
Right.
Just the fact that we want for our brother and sister what we want for ourselves.
What we want
Who
for
said
ourselves.
that? Didn't one of us say
Right.
that? Didn't one of us quote that?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I know Malcolm talks about it.
Oh, that was Honorable Elijah
Honorable
Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I know Malcolm talks about it too.
Okay, yeah.
But that's his student, so the teacher's gonna get
One
it.
for your brother, what you want for yourself.
yourself. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue, man. Let's move on.
Okay. The next day,
And that would be the fifth day now.
fifth day.
Uh-huh.
Yes. We're back on the red side, right?
Okay.
Yes.
No. Tell me.
Well, you're back on the red side.
Okay.
And that's Ujima.
Ujima.
Right. Sometimes Ujima and Ujima sound alike. In the beginning, people often get it mixed up.
Okay.
But Ujima means cooperative economics.
Okay.
Now, this is a profound, most important principle.
Okay.
Because one of the things that the black community in the African diaspora suffer from is the lack of ujima. We don't have an economy among ourselves. We are master consumers. I think black people have an income of over $7 billion. But
600.
Right.
600 billion.
600 billion. I'm sorry, 600 billion. Right? And we're some of the poorest people in the country because we're consumers. The money, it circles one time and it leaves the community.
They catch your cab to go to the welfare office to get the check. The cab sitting out there with the meter running. And when they come out with the welfare check, the cab driver gets his first.
Yeah. Everybody's waiting to take from us.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody. And without that
and the welfare pimps call it Mother's Day.
Not only that, but the prices are higher.
When the sister gets the check,
yeah,
that's Mother's Day. That's
I know.
a couple of days that they
lay
they
up on her. Day,
and
right.
they eat good and drink good, and kids don't get nothing.
Right.
You know, the what we call them, the welfare pimps.
Well, one of the things I would say that the bigger pimps are the institutions themselves. And that's the stores. If you notice the stores' prices the last week of the month, they go up. They'll be 20, 30 cents higher.
I didn't know that.
All those places. I don't know if I should say the name, but all of them, end of the month. If you look at the prices, they're higher. They can be 20, 30, 40, 50 cents higher.
Stores
like that, right? Yeah. And then in the middle of the month, when they figure that all the welfare money is going, and now working people might be coming back in there to shop, the prices go down.
But what about the communities that don't even have a grocery store? I mean, don't even have a supermarket. They have the little grocery stores where they got a book, you know, where you can go in there and get your items and everything.
But actually, you know, that's a dying, it's a dying art. They don't even want to do that with you no more. You either got a food card or you ain't gonna sign the book no more. It's almost a dying thing. Because I grew up like that. My mother would owe. My mother. This is personal.
Okay, are we online? There we go. All right, we're online. Okay, we want to go into the theory of sharecropping a little bit, because to some of us, we might have an idea of what it's about. But sharecropping was a way to help rebuild the European middle class in the South after the Civil War. Everybody got wiped out. So what they did was, as a matter of fact, here's a photo here. This is us. This is us from the beautiful homeland in Africa with university cities, with magnificence all around us, abundance of everything, converted to this, converted to thinking that this is who we are on the plantation, working for them for free, and under the threat of getting our butt whipped if we didn't work, and under the threat of death or horrible, horrible cruelty if we tried to escape and run away. So sharecropping was a horrible thing. And what happened was, at the end of the Civil War, all of the Southerners had converted their money into Confederate money. So at the end of the Civil War, Confederate money wasn't any good anymore. So here they were with nobody to work for them, with no, and I'm showing you this picture, this young man shooting at somebody out of the window. Can you imagine our ancestors going through this on the plantation? They would never, they are rolling over in their grave right now with the way that these youngsters, the way that we're acting toward each other. All that they went through for us to be like we are today. So, we need the ownership, you know, when you're sharecropping, that's what we're doing now. You know, we're making the people that we work for rich. They can hire and fire us at their leisure with a last hired and the first fired. And we are the geniuses that created this whole thing. Can you believe that? We're the geniuses that created this whole thing, and here we're playing the janitor instead of the CEO. So I could go into a little more detail, but we suggest you, if you want to know a little bit more about sharecropping, contact us and go to our website, and send us some information, and we'll go into a little more detail about that. It's a hell of a thing that we went through, and it spawned the Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, first city to be bombed in America from the air. Can we go back to our production, Brother G? Okay. Turn my mic down. Here we are.
Them to hold you over, and the younger and stronger you were, the more time you got.
Well, what it was, it said that.
But let me finish. Hold your point. The point was that throughout the South, this was legal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This was legal.
Vacancy
This
laws.
was in the Constitution.
Right.
So now, when the plantation owner purchased you, you were his property. He had to kind of not be so cruel because he didn't want to lose his value.
And he didn't want to damage his property.
But with this new law, they could work you until you died. Throw you out the back door and go get some more. And they would call the sheriffs and say, listen, planting season is coming. I'll be there.
Round up some people.
Yeah, I'll be there in 3 weeks and the jails will be busting open.
Right.
Lease you to that
Oh yeah.
corporation and work you for no money to work off a debt for 5 years that might turn out to be 15 years. And no money. Oh, this is
terrible.
And we just want to tell. Listen, if you can, Slavery by Another Name. I think it was narrated by Lawrence Fishburne. Great video. Now, some people look at it and think it's a cartoon show.
Okay.
But for those of us who are active and those of us who are trying to educate, this will be a great tool.
Okay.
Because you need to know what's going on. Like other nationalities say, if you don't know your history, you're going to repeat it.
Doomed to repeat.
So here we are in the midst of it right now. This was like, it lasted until the early 1900s.
Right.
It lasted from the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation to the early 1900s.
Yeah.
You know, where this continued to exist.
Yeah. Vacancy laws.
And listen, man.
So you were just hanging out. So
You wonder why black men were leaving the South in leaps and bounds, because they knew about this practice. So they had to get up out of there.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't get up out of there, you're going to get captured. You're going to be put in jail. You're going to be worked to death, and don't get no money, be separated from your family, nothing they could do about it. And I think Teddy Roosevelt, he upheld it. The only person that really brought an end to it or stepped into it was the other Roosevelt, Theodore. No. Teddy was Theodore. What was the other one? Boy, don't get the name. Who? Franklin D. Roosevelt.
That's it.
My man. Hey, the voice from yeah. Franklin, the one that was a paraplegic.
Okay.
He was the one that stepped in, and he found everybody innocent. He broke down the system, but everybody, man, was sweating because they brought the federal troops in. They did a big investigation. All these people had made money, and all the families that had made money from these people had made money off of us. And maybe 1 or 2 people were found guilty of this wide practice of working black folks to death. Slavery by another name.
What you just said, you know, how they do it today is through the judicial system. Michelle Alexander, the new Jim Crow. And she said they no longer can blatantly come out and arrest you for being black. So what they do is they criminalize a whole population. And that whole population is young black men. So now the reason for you being in jail and a slave is because you're a criminal. But they set the conditions up as young black men and sisters now, because sisters is a growing population for jails now, to be arrested. And it's funny in the Constitution that what they say is that slavery is forever abolished, except in the case of involuntary servitude. Now, if you were ending a people's slavery, why would you need that clause, except for the case of involuntary servitude? Because you already knew you was going to be locking us up every way you could. Vacancy laws, peonage laws, all kinds of things to find a way to lock us up as a people. And now you had slavery all over again. Because it says it's forever abolished, except in the case of involuntary servitude, which means that slavery is permissible in terms of jail. Then you had the chain gang, and you had all kinds of methods of incarcerating us and enslaving us. And now Michelle Alexander's book, which is great, The New Jim Crow, shows the statistics that black males, 1 in 4 or 1 in 3, are destined to go to jail. And not only that, but they predict the babies in the womb are going to jail, not even born yet.
Yeah, they're building jails for that.
Right, they're building jails for the babies that are still in the womb or getting ready to become in the womb.
I got one. I'm not going to say that I can top you, but I got one on that same line that I think is just as relevant.
Yes.
That is, all citizens of the United States of America should come under this umbrella that protects all of the citizens of the United States of America. So if you were born in the United States of America, you
Right.
should come under that umbrella with all of the everything that the Constitution represents should represent you as well.
Yes.
You should be protected by all of the laws that were created for the Constitution of the United States of America.
Yes.
So why do you have to have amendments?
Exactly.
If we are citizens, why do you have to have
Because-
amendments? No, listen to me now. Why do you have to have amendments to the Constitution for a specific race of people? You got the Jim Crow, the anti-lynching bill, the voting rights bill. You understand what I'm saying? Why do you have to have bills if we come under that umbrella?
Well, basically from history. Because basically...
From his story.
His story.
Yeah.
Because what happened...
But we're talking about our story
in the
now.
Constitution, right? Black people were not considered humans. So when they wrote this document, black people were not included in it.
But how can
So
you
that's
have-
why they
but-
create a
but-
special circumstance
but
for
look
us.
at your complexion and look at my complexion.
Right.
So somebody had to have sex with us to get us this because we navy blue black when we came off of the ship.
Right, right.
So how can you have sex with somebody that's not human?
It's not human. Hey, how can you have somebody nurture your baby, actually nurture your baby? That's like me giving my baby to a gorilla when you said we were gorillas.
Suckling that
babies.
inhuman,
Right,
almost human female.
Almost human female, yeah.
That we then knocked up and had babies by.
With, right.
I love it,
Yeah.
brother. Okay, now where are we? We're at the 6th day of Kwanzaa? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with the 6th day. I love this.
Okay, the 6th day of Kwanzaa is called Kuumba.
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 Right. And where...
Tell me about Kuumba, please.
Okay. Where I think we had the 5th day, I believe.
No, we
Sixth?
went to 5th day.
Okay, 6th, okay.
That was the,
Sixth day.
what was the name for it?
I was doing Ujima.
Yeah, we
Cooperative
did
economics.
Ujima.
Okay.
Yeah, because, you say kids like Ujima, and it almost sounds like
No,
another-
kids like the Coochie Chocolate.
Okay, and you said
Right,
it almost sounds
right.
like that.
Ujima, it almost sounds like Ujima,
Okay,
Ujima.
okay,
Right,
okay.
right.
So now we can do the 5th over again.
No, we good.
Okay, so let's go with the 6th day.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm saying because we still have Nia and we still have Imani.
Okay, well then that's
Okay.
6 and 7.
Okay, 6. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
6th day.
Okay. Cool.
What, what candle do we light?
We're back on the green side now.
Okay, we're on the green side.
Right.
Okay, so now in total, we have red, black, and green candles. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, how many green candles do we have?
We have 3 green candles,
We have
3 red candles,
red candles
and 1 black candle,
and 1 black candle.
which represents the people.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so now we're at the 6th day.
Right.
And what was that again?
Kuumba.
Kuumba.
Right.
Can you please tell me something about Kuumba?
Kuumba stands for creativity.
Creativity.
Yes.
Okay, and that is...
The creativity that comes with being black and African. As a people born in a warm climate, that creativity will stem from that. The colors, the bright colors that we like. The gold that we actually had. It's funny as it's kept that African people were doing very well before contact with the European. If they tell you the story, you might believe that maybe we was having a hard time. But it wasn't a hard time in Africa. We were living good. I mean, fruits on the trees, kente cloth, mendenka cloth, what they call mud cloth, which is actually a derogatory term. But the way the sisters wrapped their hair, the way we styled, even when we came over here, as slaves and then became captives and tried to free ourselves, and then we started wearing the zoot suits and this and that. Black people just have a flair for creativity. And not only that, but even in our everyday circumstances, on how your mother had to figure out how she was going to feed you and combine different foods together. It's funny because sometimes we got to do what we got to do. And creativity is something because it's the mother of invention.
Can I chime in on that with you?
Yes.
Okay. 6th day, 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 Uh, I was told, and I studied under some great elders.
Yes.
Dr. Ed Robinson was one of my elders and one of my mentors. Um, Bishop Stallings, he's a Imani Catholic priest.
Okay, I know who he is.
And anyone that would tolerate me being under their feet long enough until they kick me out, you know.
Right.
But every day in Africa, the women came out as beautiful as they possibly could be. Every day was an exciting day for a woman to hit the streets and make her presence known. Every day. Every day she was as beautiful as she could possibly be that day.
Wow. Yeah.
And everything in Africa was creative. There was no such thing as a mundane anything. There was no such thing as a table. It was a table that was a work of art. And no such thing as a chair. It was a chair that was a work of art. No such thing as a spoon or an eating utensil, work of art. Everything was, the Europeans, when they came to Africa and went back to Europe, they say, man, this place is alive with creativity. Truly, the gods must live amongst the Africans. If there's any such thing as gods in this universe,
It's these people right here.
Gotta be.
Right.
Gotta be. Music 24 hours a day. What we think of as the radio would come.
Okay, we wanted to kind of chime in on the musical instruments because all percussion instruments, all string instruments, all reed instruments, and all percussion instruments were invented in Africa. Yeah. Your drum, your kunga, your flute, your oboe, your harp, your bass, your guitar, all wind, reed, percussion, and string instruments. There's the kalimba. You saw Earth, Wind, and Fire playing it. That's the original piano invented by your mothers and fathers in this beautiful homeland in West Africa that they stole us from, kidnapped us. There's a xylophone. That's the early creation of the xylophone. This is the kalimba again. So let's not let these people, and there we go. They took us from that to this. And we want to go into what happened from that period of time to this period of time. Something drastically had to happen. And that's where we need to start working on the cure. So when you see us marching Black Lives Matter, it should be tell us the truth about who we are matters. Tell us the truth about who we are. Stop lying to us about who you are portraying us to be. That's not who we are. No. There's a beautiful African prince. And look at that beautiful brother on the left, and look at what they did to us on the right. What happened between that two periods of time where the brother looked so dignified, so honorable, pure heart.
Thank your ancestors when you wake up every morning for your sanity.
Intelligent, articulate human being. And now they got us on the hip hop, on the thug scene. We want to see who can be the bigger thug. So with all of that in mind, brothers and sisters, we need to know the truth about who we are. We created some videos that we'd like for you to support, called This Week in African American History, and other videos that we'll show you periodically. This is how we are able to continue this good work that we're doing. So yes, we'd like to get a donation, but we'd like for you to get something for your donation, because the videos that we produce is a great tool for everybody to know the same thing at the same time. Very well done, independently done. We did not want to take money from anybody that was going to tell us what to do and how to do it. So to maintain our independence, this is what we have to do. So we have a poster called a Liberation Poster. It's a red, black, and green, 19 by 21 or 22 inches. There it is. And we'd like for you to have this poster up somewhere where you can see it every day. Because what it's telling you to do is to think. Think liberation. Think black. This is the colors of our flag that Honorable Marcus Garvey gave us when he had a convention in New York City. So these are our colors. And what could be wrong with think? What, I mean, you know, come on now. It'll keep us out of trouble. As a matter of fact, our mothers and fathers, our ancient mothers and fathers created the game of chess. Look it up. Look it up on Google. It'll tell you. Africans invented chess as we know it today. Because why? They wanted us to think. So it's a great gift. It's inexpensive. You can go to our website, order it. If you're in Philadelphia, you can get it from the A.C.A.F at 52nd and Chancellor and South 52nd Street, or you can get it from Hakims bookstore. And they are on the corner of 52nd and Walnut. That's who we are. We'd like for you to support us, and we want to continue doing this great work. So with all of that being said, we're going to go back to the Job Man Caravan with Brother O'Banion, who's done a great job. I love this brother. And that'll probably be our last message for this broadcast. Thank you so much in the spirit of our mothers and fathers. Can we go back to the video?
Because if it not been for them, if not been for the strength of their blood, we would all be out of sane.
Yeah.
What they've done to us, it would break the average person's mind. We all be babbling in the St. Asylum.
Oh yeah.
And it's that strong African blood.
Right. Well, we've seen what happened in the years of the Depression.
Let's go with the seventh day. We're wrapping up Kwanza now.
Okay, we forgot Nia. Nia and Imani. It's two left.
Okay. Well, let's go with
Nia.
the sixth one. Yeah.
Okay. Nia.
Now, what candle was that?
We're back on the green side.
Green side. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Nia represents purpose. And basically, Nia means living your life with a purpose. You know, some people born and die in this world, and they really never find a purpose. They think it was just to live until they got old enough to die. But when you're born black and oppressed or African in this world, you have to have a purpose. How can I uplift my people? How can I make life better for my child? How can I make life better for my community? Or if I'm in the church, how can I make it better at my church? So living life with purpose, doing something that's important and meaningful after you leave, the people will still recognize you. People will still say, well, such and such was a good soul. Such and such did this. He did that. She did that.
Reverend Al Sharpton said, do something.
Do something. Right.
He said, don't have the minister, man, at your funeral, man, with nothing to say.
Trying to figure out what to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Do something.
Can I pray him in heaven this late?
Give him something to say that you've done.
Right.
Give him something to say that you've done.
Right.
Do something.
Yeah.
I thought that was strong.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we want to tell our viewers, you should try to catch the Al Sharpton show. Every day comes on from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock on Word 100. I'm not
Word
really
900.
900.
980.
I'm not really a great word person, but I think having the Reverend Al on the show is a great community contribution, and the brother is right on time. And then he comes on every night at 6 o'clock on MSNBC. He's a strong brother, and we need to support him. We need to write letters to MSNBC. We need to let them know that we support this brother, and tell them that whatever they're paying him, they ain't paying him enough. Okay. Where are we now? Are we on the seventh day?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
We're on our last candle.
And what candle is this?
And that's Imani.
What candle is this?
That's the farthest one, near left, red.
Okay.
Last candle.
Okay, and now, is that near the black candle?
Yes, right next to the black candle.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. And Imani stands for the principle of faith. And I'm going to show you how well balanced did Dr. Karenga put these principles together. Right? Faith is the last day. But actually, he put the people first, right? Which is the black candle. But the principles are so well balanced, you could switch it and you could make Imani the first candle. Because all things that we believe in start with faith. To have a Kwanza holiday, somebody had faith in the idea that this can happen. So faith is the beginning of all things manifested. You first believe it. And that's the faith that we've had. I mean, when we were seeing generation after generation dying in slavery, our people didn't give up the faith in captivity. Our people didn't give up the faith. You know what I mean? Our sisters were having babies and knew that one of those babies was going to make freedom.
And they would kill them.
And they would kill them.
Because they didn't want them to experience what
they had went through.
Yeah.
But that's the faith of a people that after all they've done, right now we're here talking about it.
They knew they was going to get their butt whipped, too, if they killed that baby.
Right. Oh, yeah, because that's probably in this.
Master John, I didn't kill it. Yes, you did. You killed that baby. Oh, no, Master John. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the way you were working as a female while you were pregnant, they killed the baby. If the baby was died, they worked it to death.
Well, you know, the root of the, and I hate to use the word slave, but the root of the captive ships from Africa to America across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes.
That's a breeding ground for the sharks.
Oh, yeah, I've heard stories that sharks would follow the boats.
Yeah.
I mean, there would be tons of sharks following the boats because of the people.
But that was called the era of the fat shark.
Right, because they were throwing the dead bodies right in the ocean. Or some people would jump in the ocean and say, I ain't going through this.
And if they found a maroon on there, he definitely went overboard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they knew that they wasn't no...
They knew they wasn't going to break him. There wasn't going to be no breaking. He was going to be a problem for the rest of the slaves.
If they found out it was a maroon on that ship, he went overboard.
He went overboard. Don't tell he's nothing but trouble.
Ain't gonna do right.
They ain't
gonna conform him. Ain't gonna listen. He's gonna fight till the day he die. So I want to thank you for this time you spent with us and this knowledge that you shared with us, my brother. It has been truly beautiful.
I also enjoyed being here, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, now what we want to do now is we want to try to spend a little time to go over some of your creations. Okay. Okay, my brother. What do we have here?
We have a Kanar, which is a Kwanza candle holder.
Okay, and is that something you created?
This is something I made.
Okay. Spirit of our ancestors.
Yes.
Okay, tell me a little bit about it. What am I looking at?
Right here, you're looking at 7 ankhs, and this particular one is a
Tell me about the ankh first.
Right, this is 7 ankhs.
What is the ankh? Tell me about the ankh.
Okay, the ankh represents, it's from Egypt, at that time called Kemet. And the ankh represents life. Okay, I'll give you the breakdown. You see this circle here in the middle of the ankh. That's the womb. And when you look at this straight symbol, that's the phallic symbol. When you look at this is the man and the woman joining together. And then you also have what you call the crossroads of life. So you can have this side of life or you can have that side of life. That's those times that you have to make a decision. But the reason why this is such a powerful symbol, because what the Europeans did with the cross was they took out the femininity. And there can be no life without the feminine principle. And so the ankh has the womb, which represents the woman. And that's why this is so much more powerful. It's not based on chauvinism. Because, you know, Africa is one of the few cultures that people could believe in a goddess. That they wasn't male, so chauvinistic that God couldn't possibly be a woman. Especially when you think about it, a woman carries that child in her belly. And all men come through the womb of a woman.
That's right.
Right.
All human life.
All human life.
All life in general.
Through a woman.
Yeah.
You can't have life without
a female.
Woman. So that's why this ankh is it's everlasting life. You know, and it's from Kemet.
Okay. So now where does the black candle go?
The black candle goes here, which is the center candle.
Okay.
Okay. And that represents unity and the people.
Okay.
And that candle's all black. This candle here is red. Okay, this side would be 3 red candles. This first candle, second candle, is Kuji Chakalia.
Okay.
The third candle is Ujima. Okay? And the fourth candle is, I'm getting confused. Fourth candle is Ujima.
Ujima.
Right. Cooperative economics.
Okay.
And the 5th candle is Kaumba.
Kaumba.
Okay? And the 6th candle is Nia, which stands for purpose.
Okay.
And the 7th candle is Imani, which stands for faith.
Okay, so now we have a red side,
3 red,
we have a
1 black.
green side.
Right.
Show me the green side.
Right here.
Okay, and then we have the black.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, you said that you created this.
I made this, yes.
Are they for sale?
Yes, they are.
Okay, where can we find you or locate you in the event that we want to?
You can go on my email, woodcraftsbiobanyan at yahoo.com.
Okay, do you have a phone number for us?
Yes, 856-366-8197.
Okay, so they can get all of the details if they call
Yes,
that.
yes,
Give me
they
the number
can.
again.
856-366-8197.
Okay.
I'd just like to mention why I don't have a site right now, website.
Because we just met.
We just met, but
I'm the webmaster.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we got that.
Right.
Okay.
Because I had one, but I had a heart transplant 2 years ago.
I understand
So
that.
I just came back doing my work.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Right now we have an ethnic culture mirror, and I call it Lady Locks.
Mm-hmm.
And
You got don't hold it in the light.
okay.
Uh-huh.
I've been making this for about 3 years now.
Okay.
This particular mirror.
Okay.
She comes in various sizes. I have a wall piece, and then I have a deluxe piece that's pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can find that
Same
location.
Yes.
Okay, what else do we have?
And we have
Looks like a lady too.
yeah, we have my small Africa, and I think that this piece has been a real statement in my life. I've been making this piece for about 30 years now.
I'm here,
We're here in front of the African Cultural Art Forum with
Marvin Harris and Rayshawn Scott.
your grandson.
This is my grandson,
Okay,
my
okay.
Vice President.
Okay, that's right, that's right. He's studying at the feet.
That's right.
Studying at the feet of the ancestor.
Nothing wrong with that. I think that's the way it should be.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about Kwanzaa or Christmas, you know?
Well, Christmas, Kwanzaa, I'm Afro-American, so I was originally growing up around Christmas, and Kwanzaa was introduced to me a little later on in life. What I really think is I like the whole idea of Kwanzaa because it breeds a certain kind of way of life, and there's that I love. I mean, we need a lot of love, we need a lot of structure, we need a lot of purpose in our lives. So,
okay.
So Kwanzaa is just as good as any other holiday that any other person practices.
It's a great alternative.
Great alternative. And if it's positive, that's what we need. We
Okay.
certainly need a positive situation in our
Okay, now how did you find out about the African Cultural Art Forum?
I was walking, I came down here looking for some African artifacts.
Okay.
And I was walking up and down the street, and one of the merchants down there directed me right back down here.
Okay.
So
okay.
here I am, and I brought 2 beautiful pieces, and I'm satisfied.
Okay. Okay. Now, what are they going to be used for? Gifts or?
Yeah, gifts.
Okay.
A friend of mine is moving in an apartment, and he wanted some African art.
You gotta let the other culture go by. Go ahead.
Okay. We're going to sign off. This is the Jobman Caravan. And we want to remind you that we have a GoFundMe page. Is it GoFundMe, G? Okay, GoFundMe. We have the Think poster. And we have the This Week in African American History video series. We want you to send us your information. Let's keep this moving. Give us your feedback. Lock us in. Become a member of the network. And let's keep this thing moving. In the spirit of our mothers and fathers, we're going to disappear on you right now. There's a Think poster. Beautiful poster. Great gift. Gift that keeps on giving. Okay. In the spirit of our mothers and fathers, we're going to disappear on you. One love, peace, much love, peace. Take me out.